Hey Riders, today we're going to talk about a strategy to prove whether numbers are prime or composite. So just as a quick reminder, we can categorize numbers in two ways. One of them is to say they are prime numbers, or they only have two factors. So think of the number 3, for example. The only way to make the number 3 is by multiplying 1 times 3. But if I look at the number 6, for example, there are lots of ways to make 6. I can do 1 times 6, but I can also do 2 times 3. So the number 3 only has 2 factors. That makes it prime. The number 6 has more than 2 factors, and that makes it composite. All right, now that we're all on the same page about that, let's talk about the array strategy to prove whether numbers are prime or composite. Here we've got the number 24, and we are going to try to build arrays or rectangles using 24 unit cubes. So in this case, my unit cubes are these little guys right here. Okay, I can use 24 of them to try to build a rectangle. So I went ahead and built the first one for us. I just lined all of my cubes up in a row. Okay, I made a long skinny rectangle. So if I were going to label this rectangle, I could say it has a length of 24, a little bit of a wonky 2 there, and a height of 1. Okay, so 24 by 1. If I were to multiply those numbers together, they would give me 24. All right, let's look at another way to arrange these rectangles though, because for the number 24, I think there might be several ways. So I went ahead and built this other rectangle here, and I made 4 columns, and I made 6 rows. So let me just double check that I only have 24 cubes in there, because remember, that's the number I'm working with, so I can't have more or less than 24. I see 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. All right, looks good. I've used the right number of unit cubes, and I can see that if I do 4 rows and 6 columns, or 4 by 6, I also get 24. Now there are lots of other ways. For example, let's throw a few more on there. I have 8 by 3. I'm not going to draw all the lines in this one because I think you're getting the idea. But if I did 3 rows and 8 columns, that would also give me 24 unit cubes. And then I could make another long skinny rectangle, and I could say that it has a height of 12, there we go, and a width of 2. So in this one, I'd have 2 columns and 12 rows. So in every one of these configurations, I'm only using 24 unit cubes, just arranging them in different rectangles. All right, so I know that these are all factors of 24. And how do I know that? So 5th graders will learn this soon if we haven't already, but parents, you can think of this like the area formula, length times width. So I have my length here of 8, I have my width of 3. If I were to fill this rectangle up with unit cubes, I would have 24. Okay, so 8 times 3 equals 24. Just like the area formula, length times width equals area. Okay, and that holds true for every single one of these rectangles. Ooh, I lost my 24 there. All right, that holds true for every single one of these rectangles. 2 times 12 is 24. 1 by 24 is 24. 6 by 4 is 24. So all of these numbers are factors of 24. So I'm going to go ahead and line them up in a line so they're nice and easy to count, and I'm going to put them in numerical order. So I have 1, I have 24, that's my top rectangle up there. Okay, I also have 2 and 12. See if I can get a good 2 there. 2 and 12. I have 3 and 8. and I've got, last but not least, 4 and 6. So these are all the numbers that I can multiply to make 6. All right, let's see how they're related to one another really quickly. So I've got 1 to 24. 1 times 24 is 24. 2 times 12. 3 times 8. And 4 times 6. So how many factors does this number have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 factors. Okay, so if we look back at our definition of prime or composite, 8 factors makes a number composite. But I haven't just said 24 is composite because it is, right? I've proved it with these rectangles. I have shown that if I were to get out some blocks and start building, I would have at least 5 different ways of building it, right? 4 different ways of building it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so as long as there's more than one way to build it, it's a composite number. If you're not a fan of drawing this out on paper, let's talk about other ways you could do it. Grab some pennies. Maybe you have a little brother or sister and they've got some blocks. You could use paper clips, anything you've got lying around your house, and actually start building this on your table. And I promise it'll become a lot more clear. Alright, so this is just one strategy to prove whether numbers are prime or composite. For more strategies, check out our next video. Thanks for watching.